The starship Ecliptor loomed over Earth like a dark omen, its sleek, obsidian hull glinting ominously in the sunlight. The alien vessel had arrived without warning, and its occupant, a wealthy and arrogant extraterrestrial named Zorath, had issued a challenge to humanity. Defeat him in single combat, or Earth would be enslaved. Zorath was no ordinary alien. He was a towering figure, his body encased in shimmering armor that seemed to absorb light. His eyes glowed with an otherworldly intelligence, and his voice boomed with authority. He claimed to be the greatest warrior in the galaxy, undefeated in countless battles across the cosmos. Earth's governments had tried diplomacy, but Zorath was uninterested. He wanted a fight. Enter Jack Harper, a former Marine turned mechanic, who had no interest in being a hero. Jack was a man of simple tastes. He liked fixing engines, drinking beer, and spending quiet evenings with his girlfriend Lena. But when Zorath's challenge went unanswered, Jack found himself thrust into the spotlight. A coalition of world leaders, desperate to avoid catastrophe, had selected him as Earth's champion. Jack didn't want the job, but he couldn't stand by and watch his planet fall to an alien tyrant. The battle took place in a massive arena constructed by Zorath's drones. Thousands watched from the stands, while billions more tuned in via live broadcasts. Jack, armed with a plasma rifle and a suit of experimental combat armor, faced off against Zorath, who wielded a blade of pure energy and moved with terrifying speed. The fight was brutal. Zorath's strikes were precise and deadly, but Jack's training and determination kept him in the game. He dodged, parried, and countered, landing a few blows of his own. The turning point came when Jack noticed a flaw in Zorath's armor, a small, barely visible weak spot near the alien's shoulder. With a desperate lunge, Jack aimed his rifle and fired, hitting the spot dead on. Zorath staggered, his armor flickering and failing. With a final powerful strike, Jack brought the alien to his knees. The crowd erupted in cheers as Zorath conceded defeat. But the alien's next words left Jack stunned. "You have proven yourself a worthy opponent, Jack Harper," Zorath said, his voice still commanding despite his weakened state. "By the laws of my people, the victor of such a duel must claim the spoils of the defeated. I hereby grant you my entire fortune, my starship, and my wives." Jack blinked. "Wait, what?" Zorath gestured to two figures who emerged from the shadows. They were stunningly beautiful, their features a blend of human and alien traits. One had shimmering silver skin and hair that flowed like liquid mercury, while the other had deep blue skin and eyes that glowed like twin sapphires. "This is Lyra," Zorath said, indicating the silver-skinned woman. "And this is Nyssa." He nodded to the blue-skinned one. "They are my wives, and now, by the laws of my people, they are yours." Jack's jaw dropped. I can't accept this. I didn't even know this was part of the deal." Zorath smirked, a hint of his former arrogance returning. "The laws are clear. You must take them or you will dishonor me and my people. And trust me, Jack Harper, you do not want to dishonor us." Before Jack could protest further, Zorath activated a device on his wrist and vanished in a flash of light, leaving Jack alone with Lyra and Nyssa, and the weight of an interstellar tradition he never asked for. Chapter 2. A New Life. Jack returned to Earth with Lyra and Nyssa in tow, his mind reeling. The world hailed him as a hero, but he couldn't shake the feeling that he'd bitten off more than he could chew. Lena, his girlfriend, was less than thrilled. "You're telling me you have to marry them?" Lena asked, her arms crossed and her eyes blazing. "It's not like I had a choice," Jack protested. "It's some alien law thing. If I don't do it, Zorath's people might come after us." Lena sighed, pinching the bridge of her nose. "This is insane, Jack. Absolutely insane." Lyra and Nyssa, meanwhile, seemed surprisingly calm about the whole situation. They explained that, in their culture, being transferred to a new husband was not uncommon, especially after a duel. They were prepared to honor the tradition, even if it meant adjusting to life on Earth. Over the next few weeks, Jack tried to navigate his new reality. He moved into a larger home, courtesy of Zorath's fortune, and did his best to accommodate Lyra and Nyssa. Lena, though initially resistant, eventually agreed to give the arrangement a chance. She and Jack had been through too much to let this tear them apart. Lyra and Nyssa proved to be fascinating companions. Lyra was a scientist, her mind constantly buzzing with ideas and inventions. She quickly set up a lab in the basement, where she worked on adapting alien technology for human use. Nyssa, on the other hand, was an artist, her paintings and sculptures capturing the beauty of both Earth and the cosmos. She spent her days exploring the planet, finding inspiration in its landscapes and cultures. Despite their differences, the three women began to form a bond. Lena, who had always been fiercely independent, found herself drawn to Lyra's intellect and Nyssa's creativity. They became a team, supporting each other as they adjusted to their new lives. Chapter 3: Trouble in Paradise. Just as things were starting to settle down, a new threat emerged. Zorath's people, the Krylos, were not pleased with the outcome of the duel. They saw Jack's victory as a fluke and believed that Zorath had been dishonored. A faction of Krylos warriors, led by Zorath's brother, Kale, arrived on Earth, demanding that Jack face another duel to prove his worth. Jack knew he couldn't refuse. If he did, the Krylos would declare war on Earth. But this time he wouldn't be fighting alone. Lyra and Nyssa, now fully committed to their new lives and their new husband, insisted on standing by his side. The second duel was even more intense than the first. Kale was a more ruthless fighter than Zorath, and he had no qualms about using underhanded tactics. But Jack, Lyra, and Nyssa fought as a team, their combined skills and ingenuity giving them the edge they needed. In the end, Jack delivered the final blow, defeating Kale and securing Earth's safety once and for all. Chapter 4: A New Beginning. With the Krylos' threat neutralized, Jack and his unconventional family were finally able to breathe easy. The world celebrated their victory, but for Jack, the real triumph was the life he had built with Lena, Lyra, and Nyssa. The four of them decided to make their union official, holding a ceremony that blended human and Krylos traditions. It was a joyous occasion, attended by friends, family, and even a few curious aliens. As they exchanged vows, Jack realized that he had found something truly special, a love that transcended species and galaxies. In the years that followed, Jack and his wives worked together to bridge the gap between Earth and the wider universe. Lyra's inventions revolutionized technology, while Nyssa's art brought people together in ways no one had thought possible. Lena, ever the